welcome to another edition of Fabulous Feature Friday here at Courthouse Technologies. My name is JP, I am the support manager here, and today I'd like to be talking to you about the importance of reporting schedules in the JMS. Dealing with users of the JMS from all over North America on a daily basis, I've come to notice that quite a few people don't put much importance on the reporting schedule in the JMS. I'm often surprised how many people don't use it at all. But I think this may be because they're just unaware of how many other aspects of the JMS they could be utilizing or that are not working correctly for them because they don't take advantage of this feature. Things like e-response, the IVR phone system, some of the reports and letters produced in the JMS, all have features or functions that rely on the reporting schedule in the JMS. Whether you are scheduling candidates en masse or by using the new scheduling features found in the candidate records, establishing the reporting schedule for your candidates is something I strongly recommend you stay on top of. You may want to make your own little schedule with a particular time and day of the day or the week that you sit and update these reporting schedules. For those not familiar with Courthouse eResponse, it's a site that summoned candidates can log into to confirm themselves for service, fill out their questionnaire, update some of their basic personal information, make requests, but also they can log into eResponse to check their next reporting date. A feature that pulls its information directly from the reporting schedule in the JMS. Without keeping that schedule up to date, you run the risk of candidates logging into eResponse and not getting the correct info on when they're next expected to show up. The same idea would apply to the IVR phone system that is available for candidates to call into to also do the same features that they have available to them through eResponse. It should be noted that the reporting date in the eResponse and the IVR, it only changes over to the subsequent reporting date after 5 p.m. So make sure your jurors know to check the site later in the evening for updates to their schedule. A very commonly used report produced by the JMS is the daily attendance report. This report is generated by date and lists every candidate you are expecting to show up for service on that specific date. In other words, it displays all candidates that have been scheduled in the JMS to report for that day. So if you haven't established the candidates scheduled for that date in the schedule calendar, your report will just be a blank page, which isn't much use to anyone. If you work in a court that prints and mails out fail to appear letters or generates the fail to appear report, you too will get unexpected results should you fail to keep up to date with your reporting schedule. A candidate will only qualify for a fail to appear status if a scheduled date in their record has passed and attendance was not recorded for that date. No schedule for your candidates means no FTAs, as far as the JMS is concerned. This same concept will also affect the daily attendance stats report, as your fail to appear counts will be inaccurate. Even if you work at a court that doesn't use eResponse or the IVR or any of the reports or letters that I've mentioned, you are still utilizing the JMS as an organizational tool that you can reference as a source of candidate information. Some courts like to give their jurors the next reporting date verbally and rely on them to remember, or they hand out a card or some form that shows their next reporting date, hoping that they don't misplace it. But if you have a candidate on the phone or they're standing right in front of you, you want to have as much pertinent information available to you from their candidate record as possible, including the dates that they're expected to be reporting. The JMS has been carefully designed to make scheduling candidates a very easy task. There's even a create schedule setting that can be turned on in the court locations page, so the JMS automatically creates a schedule spanning the entirety of their term of service for all candidates on a pool at the time you create the pool. Before I close off here, does anyone have any questions about the reporting schedule?
Yeah, I would like to know if a candidate could be scheduled only for a single date at a time, or can it be scheduled for multiple dates? Say, for example, after the first attendance.
Yeah. Okay, good question. So your question is, can people be assigned for more than one day in the reporting schedule, in particular after they've already shown up for an attendance date? Yeah, the pool schedule calendar in the JMS will be accessed once you click on the pool from either the pool page or the calendar. You will click a schedule button and a calendar appears, and you can remove and add as many dates as you want for whichever individuals on the pool that you want. You could sort the list by group number, and then, or people who've already been seated as jurors. There's quite a few ways you can filter that list, and then you can assign people to whichever days of whichever month that you desire.
So you can remove people too, then?
You can remove people as well, yeah.
Oh.
So if I know the schedule in advance, I just need to set it once, I don't need to do it every day, is that right?
That's right. I mean, if you already know when people, for the whole week, when they're supposed to show up, you could do that. It really depends on how your court operates. For some people, it might be every evening they have to go in and update it, but...
So you have complete control then?
You have complete control over it. And it's just, you just have to look into how your court operates when you find out when people are going to be called in, when you're going to know when they have to report, and that would be the time that you would make the changes. And you probably want to do them before 5 p.m. Because that's when the next reporting date will show up on things like the IVR phone system and the response.
When if somebody's been excused or disqualified, does their schedule get removed, or will we get an FTA?
So the question is, once someone is disqualified, deferred, or excused in the JMS, are they automatically, is their schedule automatically removed? And the answer to that is yes, it is automatically removed. So you wouldn't have to worry about going in and rescheduling them. For a deferral, once they have a new pool assignment, you might need to go in and take a look at what their schedule is showing, but the JMS does automatically remove it.
So the date doesn't transfer over if they're deferred to their new pool?
No, it does not. Once, you would have to wait till after they are, once they're deferred, they kind of sit in a sort of a limbo, deferral limbo, until they're either selected again when you create a pool, or when you use the deferral maintenance to reassign them to the pool. And at that time, their schedule would be addressed. Any more questions? No? All right. Well, in closing, I'd just like to mention that I host regular online tutorials called Function Labs that are available to all our clients to attend at no charge. And you can learn more about maintaining candidate reporting schedules in the JMS, as well as many other useful tips and tricks. Please contact us if you would like some more information on the Function Labs, or if you would like to register for some or all of this year's tutorials. We will schedule you in. You can also contact CHT Support if you have any questions about reporting schedules or any other functions or features in the JMS. Thanks for your time. Once again, this is JP.